Warning. The following program contains strong language and subject matter which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this program is intended for mature audiences only.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to The Curious, otherwise known as Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. Who knows? We're really just here to look forward or maybe behind. We have a fantastic show planned this evening. We are doing some cosplay tonight. We are joined by the incredible KARMA SUTRA, who is an incredible drag performer known for a lot of different cosplay looks, and I have been a fan of hers for years. I follow her on TikTok, and she's always just wowing me with a million Funko Pops behind her, so make sure you find her TikTok. My beautiful sister Amethyst is here as well. But before we dive too far into anything, let's do a little who, what, where about me. Where is it? Who am I? My name is Lilia Calderu. I am a 450-year-old Sicilian witch. No, I'm actually Jade DeVere. I'm a drag artist based out of the Harrisburg area of Pennsylvania. I love the art of drag because it allows me to experience the fantasy. What am I wearing? Obviously, I am giving you Lilia Calderu from Agatha All Along. I put this on earlier, and I loved this character. I didn't love her at first in the show, but then she grew on me, and then episode 7, it was all over. So I ordered this from a wonderful site called Pro Cosplay. Anytime I've done a cosplay look, it's usually from Pro Cosplay. The hair I got on Amazon. My makeup tonight is all Morphe. My lips are Lip Bar, obviously. They always are. My lashes are small and subtle this evening. This is what I call small and subtle, by the way. And yeah, where can you find me? You can find me every other Wednesday right here on Inside the Drag Closet. I know we were just on last week, but we wanted to shift the schedule around a little bit, give you something a little special tonight. You can also find me all over Pennsylvania. I'm usually down in Rehoboth, working on getting myself booked right now, because in a couple weeks I leave for the New Jersey Renaissance Fair, and I will be there pretty much nonstop for a while. I go down for rehearsals. I'm the associate artistic director of that fair. I absolutely love it. But before I go, I do have one gig left, and that is at Archetype Pizza on Thursday, the 24th of April, with Sybil Stackhouse and Tragedy Stackhouse. It's going to be an incredible show. We're going to play some bingo. We're going to be a scene. We are going to cause chaos, and it's going to be fantastic. But first, I want to see who has popped in. Vicky watching as always. Thank you, sweetheart. I feel lovely right now. I really feel like Patti LuPone right now, mostly because I want to tell people to F off. Karen, yes, Lilia, I was hoping you'd wear this. I was too. I've been waiting for this. I have numbers planned for this. This might be one of my Pride outfits for this year. I have plans for her. And Daniel's watching as well. Daniel is one of our incredible Patreons. If you would like to join our Patreon, head on over to www.patreon.com/InsideTheDragCloset, where you get exclusive content, nuggets of joy, and of course, Pearls of Wisdom, which is our after show with myself and Amethyst, where we just talk about whatever the heck we want to talk about. The topics range from very heavy to a little more lighthearted. Actually, we typically get heavy. I'm not gonna lie. We delve into some stuff in Pearls of Wisdom. So if you're not one of the Patreons, you're really missing out. But a huge thank you to Jess, Lori, Corey, Brian, Jeremy, Josh, Chanel, Daniel, Robin, Vicky, and Emily for sticking by us. For as little as $5 a month, you can tune into that exclusive content. Usually when we're on the road, we'll film some stuff and put it up there just for the Patreons. So head on over to patreon.com. But that's enough of me. I could talk all night long, but it's more fun if I talk with friends. So let me welcome to the stage the incredible drag queen that I call my sister. You know her and love her all the way from the South. I give to you Rogue.
Hey, Sugar, how you doing? Hi, everybody. It's me. It's Rogue. It's Rogue. I know you wanted Storm, but that's too bad. You're getting Rogue tonight.
So many people were ready for Storm.
Baby, when I did that at Zenkai Con, the kids went nuts. They lost their minds, and obviously it was a dream come true for a '90s teenager kid like me to bring that to life. But Storm or Rogue was definitely second in command for me. So yeah, no, just sitting here in a full bodysuit on a Wednesday. What else would I be doing?
Exactly.
You
You know,
know,
business as usual.
yeah, business casual is what this is.
Well, girl,
Oh,
give them a little who, what, where about you.
absolutely. What is up, everybody? It is our second to last episode until we close out the season and take a summer break. I just got back from work Wednesdays here in downtown York at Allie's Bar, some new allies here for the queer community. Every Wednesday, we are hosting a queer happy hour from 5 to 7. And the last Wednesday of every month, as you see right there in front of you, we do Work Wednesdays. That is featuring my daughter Alize, Sybil Stackhouse, and Icy Hottie, the core four of York. And that is the last Wednesday of every month. Who am I? My name's Amethyst Diamond. I've been doing this for over 2 decades. I do what I love, so it never really feels like work. What am I wearing tonight? So this wig is the Disco Down in the Beyonce blend by former Miss Continental, Sunny Delight. The earrings, these are the Inside Out hoops in citrine from Lolly Cox. My makeup is MAC and Morphe. And the costume actually came from Amazon. This is a whole, not a one piece. The jacket came separately, of course. But yeah, this is where I got that on Amazon. You can find me this weekend. Let's see, Friday, I will be in Rehoboth Beach hosting Mingo from 11 to 1. It's Women's Fest weekend down in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. This weekend. And Friday, I'm hosting Mingo at Aqua from 11 to 1. Saturday, you can catch me at the Sands Hotel hosting a brunch with former Miss Continental Jeanne Dawlings. We also have Princess Escade. Alize Diamond will be there, and myself. There it is, wonderful. Princess Escade is the reigning Miss Black National as well, and Alize is Hanover Pride Royal 2023. And then Saturday evening, on the way home from Delaware, because I hate myself, why not book another show on the way home? So when we get to Gambros, Maryland, we will be at the Firm Brewing Company doing a Disney edition of the show featuring Sorority Heights, Didi Darion. Our host, Ariel Von Quinn, will be there, as well as myself and Alize. So all you Disney fans, you're going to see all your favorite characters from Disney. It won't be Marvel for me that night. It will be Disney. And then Sunday, I'm off. I will be at home. But on my day off, you can find me on Facebook at Amethyst Diamond. You can find me on Instagram at Amethyst_Diamond. What?
She got all the things done.
Honey, it's constant work, but I'm successful.
It really is. Like, we were talking about that the other day. Like, it is a full-time job.
It really is. It really, like, even usually I do shows on average Thursday to Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, sometimes we have Wednesdays. Obviously, I'm doing double duty until summer break, but Mondays and Tuesdays, I'm still in the office, sending the emails and reaching out to people, making connections, filling out W-2s and signing contracts and making mixes and downloading new music. It's constant work. It really, really is. If you take it seriously, it's constant work.
But it's
It is.
constant work, but it's work if you do what you love, you never work a single day in your life.
Exactly. Exactly. It gets tedious sometimes. But you love it at the end of the day, when you connect with people, that I think that definitely makes it easier to get through for us as entertainers anyway. So
Yeah. And
yeah.
and it's always, I was talking about this recently with someone. A show is 50% performer, 50% audience. because
Yeah.
without the love of our audience, it's nothing.
Exactly. And, you know, I see a lot of the newer queens, they don't really understand that concept. Like, they don't know how to read the room. And they come out and they do things that they like and they love, which is fine and well. But if what you're doing doesn't connect with your audience, one, you're gonna lose their attention, and you're not gonna make any money either.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to find that middle ground. You know, like even for me, you know, like and for you, we come from the 90s and early 2000s. You know, that was 25 years ago. So you know, when I hear newer music that's inspired by music that we grew up with, that was also inspired by music that our parents grew up with, you know, you have to find that middle ground in those new mixes and blend old into new so you can relate to new audiences. And I think that that's often missed by the newer generation because they
Yep.
just want to do what they love. And if people don't love what you do, well, it'll be a short
And it's
career.
a tricky balance because you have to do what you love,
Mhm.
but you also have to do what the audience wants. And
Right.
it's tough, but you got to be
It
able
is.
to read the room.
Definitely.
Like I'm
Definitely.
so bummed. I've wanted to do this look for a while. I have a song I want to do with it, but I'm kind of like, ooh, did I miss the window? I might have missed the
No.
window. I'm still gonna do it.
No,
Um,
let me talk about this. Look, let me for everybody watching out there. So first off, for all of you watching, go ahead and hit that share button, share the love, share the live, get us out there. They need to see this circus that we've been doing for 5 years now. But so I just got home from Allie's, as I said earlier, and I was coming in and changing into Rogue from because she didn't go out on the town tonight. Um, and I got on StreamYard, I signed in, and I had to do a double take because this looks just like Patty LaPone. I am so you nailed this. I don't know why I have never thought of seeing you as her. I don't know that
right?
anybody could do that better than you, and I 100% mean that. That's
Like I
good.
really just want to get on a microphone and say, because I hate the motherfucker. That's why.
Like this is good.
And I have been known to
Very
stop a
good.
number mid-performance and yell at people.
You
So
should. You should. She would.
I
She would.
did.
Yeah, this is good. Good job.
I love it. I'm
Mhm.
feeling. I have wanted to do this for a while, like since episode 7.
Right. Don't fall on the swords, hon.
I want to. We're going to talk about that once we have our guest on. But I want to talk. We're going to
Yes, because
get
I finally
into some
have seen it
spoilers.
too.
So I hope everybody
Oh,
has seen Agatha all along.
yeah, I finally watched it, so we're good.
Good girl. Do you want to introduce our guest?
Absolutely. Everybody watching, we are super excited to have her, but I think she's even more excited than we are. She's been a friend and a sister for a very long time. They are the entertainment committee for Lancaster Pride. Former Miss Lancaster, Miss Tally Ho, the last. No, we'll get to that. I forget who won. Alizé's
Was
over
it
here.
me? I don't
No,
know.
it was Ness. Ness is the current. But anyway,
Right.
she is our dear friend and sister, both in our personal lives and here on Inside the Drag Closet. Put your hands together and welcome our sister, Miss Karma Sutra.
Hey,
She's
girl.
coming. Don't worry. She's coming. She'll be right with us. There she is. You were 2022 or 2020? Tally ho.
Hello. Hi,
Forgot.
sister.
Hey,
Uh-oh. I
sugar.
think we got a time delay. How'd that happen?
How are you
Uh-oh.
guys?
You're on a
I
delay.
was 2020. I won it right before the
That's what I
pandemic.
thought. That's right. And now Ness is 2024, right? Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
I'm on a delay. Oh no.
Yeah. I was
That's
there. I judged. I
weird.
Oh
should know
no.
this.
Karma, try logging out and logging right back in. She'll get this message in a minute.
Yeah, Nez won the
We'll be
most
right back
recent.
after these messages.
We'll get it figured out, everybody.
We will. We will. Don't you worry about a thing,
All right,
Daphne.
let
We're
me
going
do
to
that.
figure out this mystery. I'm going to go get some Scooby snacks.
I have some
Oh, no.
downstairs, actually.
Oh, you do?
They're little graham crackers.
Alize's over here trying on wigs, and it's scary. It's a very scary situation over here.
Nice. I'm gonna do that until she gets
Well, that
back.
was Karma Sutra, everybody. We were so glad to have her. I thought she was one of the best guests we've ever had.
Oh my God, she wouldn't shut up. Oh,
Jesus Lord. That went by really quick. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Alize, you're getting love on the show tonight. Like,
Yes,
what the hell?
Alize is here. I don't think she wants to be on camera right now, not with the way she's looking. But yeah. But we're super excited. We get to hang out all weekend and travel and do shows together. Oh, good night. Have mercy.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Daphne Blake.
So sorry, I was just so fashionably late.
No, you're doing great, sis. You're doing great. Welcome back on.
Thank you, thank you. And yes, I think I answered everything right before the delay. I was Miss Tally Ho 2020 right before the pandemic. Then the Tally Ho shut down, and then Nevaeh Vixen brought it back officially this past year, and Ness has won it and is the current reigning.
Nice.
I'm so glad that we're continuing that. That's fantastic.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Well, Karma, why don't you give us a little who, what, where about you?
Absolutely. Well, for anybody watching, I am Karma Sutra, but right now I am Daphne Blake. I am here to help you solve all your internal mysteries and help you find yourself. I am wearing a lovely outfit from Amazon. This lovely orange wig came from a lovely seller over on Etsy.
Grab me a Gatorade.
Is Showgirls, Vanity Showgirls wig over on Etsy. Absolutely wonderful. I believe she is located in upstate New York and is super easy to talk to and to make anything come true. I wanted something that was Daphne Blake, but I didn't want it to be like the stereotypical like downwards style. So she made me this pony into that idea of more of like a retro Daphne. So if you are looking for a wig and somebody who can really make those things come true, check them out on Etsy. They're absolutely wonderful. My makeup is mostly Juvia's Place. Huge fan. They have really wonderful products, and they are I believe they're POC owned and woman owned, which is absolutely wonderful. And you guys can find me in all social medias. You guys can find me on Facebook at Sam Lee. That's Lee. You guys can find me on Instagram at Karma Sutra XO and on Blue Sky at Karma Sutra XO as well. And my upcoming appearances, I will be at the Lancaster Pride pageant on May 9th at the Lancaster Wear Center, where we will be crowning our brand new winner. I may or may not be in the presence of our hostess here with us. Amethyst will be hosting this event, and I am so excited to have her for this. We have a wonderful roster of entertainers that are going to go for this crown. I won't reveal them yet because we have plans to reveal them in a big way, but we have an amazing roster of people that I'm excited for everyone to get to see and how hungry and how wonderful they are at their craftsmanship.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we're so excited to work with the Wear Center again. We did the pageant last year with them, and I think
great venue.
Lovely. It's lovely.
Yeah.
And then after that, you guys can find me on Saturday, May 17th at the Homostown UCC for Drag Bingo with some of my wonderful sisters, some people that you guys might know, Scarlet Overkill, Enigma, Mona Moorhead. We have Krishnara with us. It's going to be a phenomenal time. I am so excited to get to go out there. It's actually my first time at Homostown, so I am super excited to go out there and spend some time with people.
Nice. That is a fantastic cast for that show.
Yes. Oh my God. When I saw the cast, I was so excited. I was like, yes, please sign me up. I love everyone.
I'm glad to see you're getting back into things too, sister. That's good.
Yeah. I took a little bit of a break. I was going through some personal health issues right as the year started. I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy, which is a nerve viral thing that kind of just literally shut down one side of my face, and I was going in and out of tests and a lot of stuff. And I finally got the clear from all my doctors to be able to kind of just do this thing that I love so much. I missed it entirely way too much, and I'm so happy to be able to be back at it, you know?
I bet. Yeah,
Nice.
you can definitely tell how drag brings you joy.
Absolutely. It's
So,
the love of my life next to my husband.
exactly.
Good save.
Good save.
I've
I
been
love you
doing this for
too.
9 years. I know how to do this one.
Nice. Alize has more of a statement than a question right here, and it is, if you need a stage manager again, let me know. It was an honor to get the opportunity last year.
Funny enough, we actually just started thinking about that, so I will get to you offline.
Nice.
Congratulations.
It pays
You know
to
what?
advertise.
You know what's funny about that? I always tell especially performers who are just getting their feet wet, help out backstage. Like, learn the
Right.
backstage game,
It's
because
fun.
it's fun. You gain an appreciation for the people who put on the show,
Right.
because like we talk about it all the time. We see all these kids who just feel very entitled. Like, no, no, no. Help out backstage. See what actually goes into the show. It's
Mhm.
more than just twirling on a stage.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
As
makes
they
you a better entertainer too.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think so. If you know the ins and outs of how all of it works, one day you're going to be running your own shows. Guaranteed.
Hmm.
A lot better than some of the people who aren't drag queens or affiliated with drag in any way running drag shows.
Ooh, ain't that the truth, sis?
There's too many hands in the cookie jar, and those hands aren't wearing nails.
No, they're not. Oh, neither
Sorry,
am I.
Jade.
Relatable.
Ha!
Rude. Rude. Disrespectful.
I actually had to take my nails off to put this outfit on. So
It's the small
Joanne's got our
things.
right. Joanne's got our first official question of the evening. How long does it take you ladies to get ready for an event? Karma, you can go first with this one.
Ooh,
yes.
okay. So genuine answer, it really depends on like what I'm going for. I love like cosplay is like the main thing that I love doing in drag. It's when I first started doing drag, I was like, what is a good avenue for me personally? And I saw so many people that were able to turn themselves into like, Cher, Mariah Carey, all these beautiful ladies. And I was like, I don't have the bone structure for that. That doesn't necessarily compute in my brain. But I am a big nerd. I love anime. I love video games. I love fantasy. And I felt that I could really just tap into that by transforming myself. I knew the details and the vision of how that would look like. So I feel like it always depends on how much detail I'm putting into something, right? If I'm going for something that perhaps requires like SFX makeup, I think a few years ago I did this like Georgie from It that required me to like put in this like eye sockets that looked like they had been gouged out. And that alone took about an hour and some change, never mind the rest of the makeup. If we're talking standard face, today I think it took me about an hour and 45 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amethyst, how about you?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's taking longer and longer for me to do my makeup anymore, but I try to do it to the best of my ability after all these years. But usually like 2.5 hours to get fully ready, like pads, nails, hair, all that. So I think I allow myself that much time. Like I usually give myself like a 3 hour window. I'll start getting ready, and within the next 3 hours, I'll be ready to go. So sometimes sooner, sometimes later. So it depends. But yeah, just standard drag. If I don't have to do a character or any kind of special makeup, yeah, like an hour to do my makeup,
Mhm.
hour to get dressed. Yeah.
Same.
I can do it in two if I have to. I don't like to, but if I have to, which this weekend I'm gonna have to. But
Right.
just squint when you see me, that's all. It's fine.
That's how I feel
So,
too. Like, I like to be done in 2 hours because I hate the process of getting into drag, but I love doing drag.
yeah.
Um, Even tonight, like this face was a very simple face for me, but I wanted to make sure it was right and I wanted to look like Patty. Um,
Right.
And then like I got dressed, put the wig on, and I was like, huh, lashes. Terrifying. Um, but yeah, like this face was a quick one because it's the lines I typically do with a different eyebrow, but it changed so much of my face.
It really did. You look amazing. Like you really do. I
Thank
think I echo
I've
what Rogue said. Like when I first came into the call and I saw you, I was like, who got me my free tickets to Patty LaPone? Because
right.
I'm at the
Seriously,
main street suddenly.
it's
The funny thing is
really
I keep
good,
doing her lip mannerisms because I feel right.
as you
Th-
should.
Yes,
It's
yes.
that would win Snatch Game.
Absolutely would.
Right?
It's
I would just
that good.
start freaking out on people. Like it'd be, oh my God. If I ever decide to audition for that television program again, which I don't really feel the need to.
I don't either. I'm
I
good.
like what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Oh, people are
Exactly.
popping in today. Aw, our dear friend Bilbo says honk honk.
Hi, Bilbo. I'm excited to see what you're going to do at York Pride. I can't
I can't wait.
wait.
I can't wait to see them. Like they're adorable. Alize says the best part of drag is taking it all off and feeling the relief of freedom. Girl,
Yeah.
I still have
girl.
my body on,
Ew.
and that was by choice because I wasn't going to wear this bodysuit without one.
Right?
It just
Sometimes it's all about the
feel
fantasy.
wrong.
I've done this show where
Feel real
I
dirty.
did a bodysuit before, and I sat here in shorts and a bodysuit, and I was like, ugh. It was
Yeah,
not
like I
right.
can't imagine sitting here in like a leotard and no body. I'd be like, eh.
Right.
Yeah.
We have two more questions here. These are good ones too. Daniel Jackson would like to know what is something that when you show up for a gig and you see it will make you say no, not doing this, and turn around and leave.
What is something that when you
Ooh,
show up for a gig and you see it, like you say, no, not doing this. Like actually like bail on doing the gig? Because
have I ever done that?
that would
Yeah.
take a lot because I put up with some shit.
Right. I don't think I've ever left
Not
the game.
much gets in the way of my paycheck.
I
You know what I
have
mean?
left a gig before,
Was it
and it's
because of the
because
smoking gig?
no, I ended up doing the smoking gig. I was furious about it, but like I got booked. I
Smoking
don't do
locations,
smoking
like you can
venues.
see it.
Just I I don't like doing smoking venues. If I am going to be booked at a smoking venue, I will ask for more money. That's maintaining my stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Show up
but
for a gig and you see it. I
I
can't say
showed
that
up
I've
to a
shown
gig.
up at
It
a
was
gig.
disorganized. There was no dressing room there, and I was like, you know what? For what you're paying me, I'm not doing this. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah,
I guess
I don't
that
think
that's the
I've
bitchiest
done
thing I've done.
that. It
Yeah.
would have to be something pretty specific. Like if people were like fighting or if there was like weapons or anything like that, then obviously yes. But
Yeah.
if I can just step over them and get on stage and make my money and then go home and leave, that's what I want to do.
Right.
So as long as it doesn't affect me or my paycheck, I'll still go on.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I don't think I've ever left a gig before either, but there's definitely things
no,
that you walk into that you're like, okay, will I try to return again? No. Like, I feel like
right,
the number one thing is like our backstage area. Like, did they
right,
take time to have a nice setup, well thought out space for us to kind of like
right.
be and exist? Or am I standing in a walk-in kitchen kind of thing?
Been
Yeah,
there, done that. But
Same.
when there's
standing in an
20 of us
alley.
in a bathroom,
Right.
Yeah,
yeah, I've
those
been there,
days are
done
gone.
that. Those
Many
days are kind of gone, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Our next question here is from someone I have not seen in quite some time. Liam Sloan, otherwise known as Lady Peacock. Any tips on
Hi.
covering the beard?
Ooh. I personally, so I'm Latino, so my beard is prominent. She's present. Like it's Willem beard,
She
right?
is here.
Yeah, she is here, and she did not get paid on season 3 of We Are Here. Okay,
She gets top billing.
But I feel like a lot of people are really scared of the orange concealer because, and I did this when I first started doing drag, I would use it and then put foundation over it right away. And then it would mix in and create this like orange hue below me. And then I eventually learned the power of setting, right? Setting any thing that you put in your face. So I
Yes.
utilize the Kimchi concealer, the Kimchi Chic Beauty concealer in orange. It is the perfect like rusty dark orange where it doesn't get like this, right? But it cancels everything out. I will do it. Make sure you blend it out well enough where you don't have a lot of clumps into it. So it's not going to transfer through.
Yeah.
And then just take your regular powder and set that before putting in your foundation over it. And I find that ever since I started doing just those simple steps, that beer was no longer there. Maybe after like 5 or 6 hours of being outside and performing and doing and whatnot, it'll start to peek through, but that's just genetics,
That's
right?
because you
But
have to shave again.
that part.
Because it grew back.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't really have a good answer for that question. I don't grow a beard. I don't grow a lot of facial hair at all. So I don't have to use a color corrector or anything like that. I just use, a Dermablend leg and body cover as my foundation, and that's dense enough for me. I have very textured skin, but I don't have trouble like covering up shadows or anything like that. So I don't know. Usually
I'm
color
kind of in the
correctors.
same boat. Like my facial hair is very dark, but I don't grow a lot of it unless I let it go for a long time. But if I shave, it's gone. Although I was makeup artist for a show, and we did have an actor who was very like 5 o'clock shadow at 9 o'clock in the morning. Um, and I did the color corrector on him, and I gave him red. I was like, you are going to use like this red,
Crimson.
Yeah.
because we were doing sideshow, and he was the lizard man, and they wanted him like just shaved head, like pristine skin. So I did that on him, and he was like, oh wow. So the color correctors work.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
power of makeup.
I've seen girls use red lipstick, like just
Mhm.
I've seen it. It's out
Yeah,
there.
Yep, and it works. It's weird. Color magic. Woo!
Color magic.
the color theory. Wee.
The
Yep,
more you
color
know.
theory works. What? What?
The more you know.
Exactly.
Ding, ding.
Um, Vicky would like to know, have you ever dated a drag queen or drag king? If so, how was that? Karma.
So I have gone
Dude.
on. So I have gone on dates. So I am polyamorous. So I will start by saying that. So I am polyamorous. So I have gone on a few dates with people who do drag, but the dating didn't really like concentrate on the drag. It wasn't really much about that. Now my husband, he is very like he loves the cosmetics. Being married to a drag queen, you kind of get that like he doesn't want to do drag, but he gets into the fantasy, the heels, the makeup, the everything else. And I think it's always so cool because it almost feels like for somebody who does what we do, and it can be so alienating, especially in the dating world. I think even to this date, I still, in the many dates that I have tried to like set up or something like that, right? You will always encounter that one asshole who will just say, um, oh, you do drag? Oh yeah, no, we're not doing that today. And they automatically get repulsed, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Having a partner who does drag or is into makeup and gets into the fantasy of what you do is the coolest arm accessory there could ever be. It's so cool. It's just somebody who gets you and understands it, and you
Right.
almost can do the joint slay of it all. And I think that's so cool.
Joint slay, I like that.
I do love that.
Co-slay.
Code play, okay. A couple that slays together stays together.
Nice together, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. How about you, Amy?
I have dated a drag queen before. I think they started doing drag after we started dating. They unfortunately are no longer with us. It was Carmen Ciara, Matthew Zimmerman, from the Harrisburg area, back in 2004. It was like 2003, 2004. And I think we did two different kinds of drag, so it was never really a matter of competition, I think. But we complimented each other, and I thought it was fun for the short period of time that it lasted. But yeah, I think I was focused on my journey. He was focused on his journey, but we still supported each other. So it was never like I was bigger than him, so he wasn't wearing my stuff, and I sure as hell wasn't wearing his. So like osh gosh bagosh.
Right.
But yeah,
I
I
love
have
that.
dated a drag queen. Um, I'm happily partnered now, but uh, if I were to think, would I consider dating another drag queen? Um, they would have to have a complete different aesthetic than me because my stuff is my stuff. I don't need someone. No, they would have to be like a horror drag queen or like completely different style of drag for me. If I were to allow, I don't think I would because I'm enough for me. So yeah, no, 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 pass. Yeah, Patty,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I never have before.
Don't do it.
Um,
The trap.
I've never really.
Do it.
So for me, I've always kind of been like, if I work with you, I don't play with you. Um, and that's kind of how I feel about it, you know. Um, and I've never like it's a sisterhood, it's a fellowship. It's that's it instantly friend zones people for me. So yeah.
And I think another part of it is like I like in my relationship, in any relationship, it's important for people to have their own thing. It's
Hmm.
it's important to have that almost forced separation so that you can appreciate things that you truly enjoy. Because like when I see my partner doing something that he truly enjoys, whether I'm into it or not, seeing that he's happy doing something in turn makes me happy. So I feel as though if it was two of the similar things, it would just get redundant. Like you would just get sick of seeing it and sick of doing it together. So yeah, I think it's very important. I think in a relationship, a successful relationship, it's two people sharing in each other's individual happiness.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
I and I've seen couples that really make it work.
we do.
Like it's fantastic. And every once in a while you see a drag couple that you're like, they love each other, but in drag they hate each other. So
Right.
like two of my friends, like they loved each other without question. They still do to this day. When they were both doing drag, what a miserable bunch of bitches.
They hated each other.
They hated each other. But they were exactly what you were saying. One was super feminine, super glamour, super pageanty. The other was a clown.
Okay.
And like it created an odd dynamic. Uh it was so fun to watch them go at each other though.
I
Just
bet.
like
I bet.
right. Uh the lovely and talented Alizela Diamond would like to ask, what's your favorite number to perform? Actually, what's your favorite number to pre-form?
Shit.
Gonna give
How
her
was that
hell.
one? I
I
didn't
was say
see
I
this.
heard that.
She's oh shit. My favorite. Oh, that's hard. Let me think about it. If somebody else knows, go ahead. My favorite.
Right now, one I want to perform again is I Am Me from the revival of Starlight Express. I just did it at Dickinson College. I love that song. It's a very independent song. I'm ready to do it again. Got to dust off my roller skates.
Yeah. I can't think of like a specific like number per se, but I do lately, as of the past few years, I relayed a specific character that I did in the performance that went along with it as one of my most fondest. I think it was 3 years ago, probably. The very last year, the Lancaster Pride was located at the Barnstormer Stadium. It was kind of a pivotal year where Lancaster Pride grew, and we noticed it because we had sold out capacity for a stadium. And I was performing 3 different times. The very last performance I was doing at the time, WandaVision was out. And I am a massive Elizabeth Olsen fan and Scarlet Witch fan as in general. And me and my best friend were watching the show together, and he was coming to visit from New York. So I went ahead, and Multiverse of Madness had just come out as well. So I actually had the Multiverse of Madness outfit made for me, and I had told my best friend I was doing a totally different number for my final number, and I would not allow him backstage. I was like, no, you can't see the last number. Like, it's okay. I don't need help. And I came out and I performed that one. Yes, exactly. So I came out as Wanda, and this was 10 minutes after Lancaster Pride had shut down the doors for the stadium. And I just remember starting the number, and it was You Should See Me in a Crown by Billie Eilish. Mixed
Yes.
in with a whole bunch of wonderfulness, right? I looked into the audience and I saw a sea of people that perhaps felt never ending. And I don't think I've ever forgotten that feeling. That moment and that stage was so solidifying for me and for the Lancaster community that I put that in a pedestal when it comes to my performances.
Well,
Was that
and
the year that Ariel was headlining?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good crowd.
It was a wonderful crowd.
We hit capacity that day.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
For a stadium, it's something.
A stadium.
For a stadium in a queer event, I was flabbergasted.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and talk about predicting the future with your song choice. You Should See Me in a Crown, who showed up to that song in Agatha All Along.
Right. And eventually I turned it around and brought it back home.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
We have 2 more questions here, but can we talk about Agatha All Along for a minute? Can we be nerds for a few minutes? I mean, we're doing cosplay right now.
I can always be a nerd.
Girl, Amethyst and I binge watched WandaVision at her house one day, and
She made me.
Oh, and you were so upset about it.
She made me, and I loved it.
But the Marvel, the TV shows have been so good.
Yes. Yes,
Like,
absolutely. As somebody who's been following, I have been obsessed with the MCU for a long time. When I was a little kid, my brother used to be a bigger nerd than I am, so he had comics. He collected them, and I would always kind of look at them from that secondary eye, where like they were in mine, but they were in the room. So if I was bored, I could read them, and they were such a good escape that when we fast forward to now and the MCU happens, as some of these stories begin to get bigger and better, these TV shows have just knocked it out of the park. Like, I think we can all remember where we were and how we felt when WandaVision was happening. Like, that is to me, that's one of the meccas of MCU. What they did with that show was magical, and every week I just could not. I did not know where it was going or what was going to happen, and I was so happy about it.
Mm-hmm. It was so refreshing because it was so unlike anything we had seen before, even though it was everything we had seen before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
That's
what I always say. You know what it was? It's what I say about drag shows. It had the familiar, but it also had new faces. And because you need familiar faces, but you also need something new. That's why I always say a show should be a mix of both.
Absolutely. And I think the same can be said for cosplaying, for example, right? Why are people so into cosplay is because there's a familiarity of all these characters that make us nostalgic and make us happy with a brand new, fresh and face to take on it. Everybody does it differently and they put their own spin on it, but you still have nostalgia attached to it.
Right.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It makes the characters like eternal.
Yeah.
They just keep evolving and changing, especially now that they're doing like gender swaps and, swapping ethnicities. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It tested the boundaries of what a cosplay can be and how creative you can get with it.
And people get so upset about it. Like, everybody was so upset about the Little Mermaid. I was like, God.
Man,
in case you were wondering, mermaids aren't real.
Right. In case you did not know, this was a mythological creature. They do not exist.
Why is there a black girl as a mermaid? Like, why not?
And it's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say the same about the new Snow White. It's delightful.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
All right. I haven't seen
Buddy
it.
of mine and I went to see it, and just it was I went in with a very low level of expectation, and you know what? I had a great time.
That's good.
It didn't take itself too seriously, which thank God.
But Gal Gadot.
Was delightful. Like
Okay.
she was nuts in it. Like
Huh.
she was unhinged. Like she had musical numbers that you're just like, ma'am, are you okay? Are you all right? Yeah.
Now I really gotta go see this.
Right? It was cute.
She's Wonder Woman, though. She's Wonder Woman.
And you'll like her as a villain.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh wow. We
Fine.
spontaneously we just got 6 questions.
Ooh.
Holy crap.
Fine.
So the first of these questions, once again from Alizé Diamond, who is sitting right beside Amethyst. What was the first song you performed?
Oh my God.
That one I can answer. I skipped the last one she asked.
Well,
My favorite song ever performed. There's too many to name.
yeah.
The first song I ever performed was both by RuPaul. First one, technically the first one was Supermodel in like '96. But in front of us on a stage in front of a lot of people would have been Snapshot by RuPaul.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I have 2 separate answers as well. So like there was a time in which the what I call the inception of wanting to be a drag queen was born. I was dating a guy that was like the leader of a GSA at a college, and they were having a drag show, and somebody like drops out last minute, and they were like they looked at me, they were like, "Can I just put this wig on you? Can I just put this lipstick on you, and can you just go and perform?" And I'm like, I guess. I don't know what I would know about any of this. And I went, got on the stage, and performed Turn Me On by Nicki Minaj featuring David Guetta. And the rest was history. That's also where my very first drag name came from, because I did not know they were going to ask me, "What's your name?" once I got on stage. And at the time, I was super obsessed with Jersey Shore. So when they asked me what my name was, because my name is, my government name is Sam, I was like, "Oh, my name is Sammy Sweetheart. It's just gotta be." But I did not want to say the
Sammy Sweetheart.
was the original name before Karma Sutra was indicted. But the first time I did like drag in front of like actual people intentionally was at the Miss Tally Ho pageant in 2016.
Nice.
And
That's the year I won.
No, that was you were there. I think you had won the year before, because Diana Dash won the night that I did it.
Oh, then I crowned Diana. Yeah,
You crowned Diana. Yeah, you were there. I remember you.
That was my step down.
Yeah, you got to see the very lovely beginnings, humble beginnings of whatever
The origin.
that was. But I performed Circus by Britney Spears that night as my talent.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What was mine? Somebody to Love by Queen.
Love.
Oh yeah.
I have a female cover of it from We Will Rock You, the musical. It's beautiful. It's fun. Vicky and Alizé and Daniel are monopolizing all the questions, and I'm kind of okay with that because these questions are really good. This is a question we get a lot on the show, and I want to see what Karma's point of view is on this one.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for drag queens who are just starting out, from the aspect of work and just how to stay safe, how to screen those who one can trust or not? I've heard quite a lot about drag queens who worry that you will do better than them, so they get catty and petty.
All right. So my best advice to that, make sure that you go and support. Right? That's when you're in a humble beginning and you want to get yourself in drag, go to shows, support the local people, make those connections. As you start to get in drag, try out things. Don't be afraid to fail. right? I think the first 3 years of my drag were so experimental. I was like, how will I draw my eyebrow and my lip and my this and my that? But I am going to try it nonetheless, and I'm not going to be afraid to jump at it. Make sure you take criticism. This is a big one. I think when I first started, I did a lot of pageantry. I did a lot at the time we had here in Lancaster something that was called Lancaster Drag Idol, which was basically like American Idol for drag race. I mean, for drag queens, right? We would do challenges on a 10-week basis and test ourselves. And you would put yourself in front of a panel of judges who would have a lot to say about you and your own perspective of artistry. And that can feel painful in a way when somebody criticizes you, but you should always know that criticizing comes from a good place. And without those criticism, I wouldn't be where I am today. Like, I am not a makeup artist. I self-taught myself all of this. If it wasn't because, people like Lacrosse Dier Menendez, people like River Dier, many of my sisters who judged me when I first started, people like Amethyst, people like Kamor Bixen, right? People who were there to tell me, hey, an eyebrow doesn't need to be all the way in your forehead. Hey, a lip needs to be maybe a little pointed. Hey, your lace needs to maybe lay a certain way. I would still probably be making
Down.
those, right? So I think it's
Down.
just go in with an open mind, make connections, and then listen to all the criticism and apply it to the best of your abilities. And above
Exactly.
everything, be kind. I genuinely cannot stress that enough. I think, much like they pointed out in their comment, the drag world can be really catty, but you yourself can be the one that makes a difference. You don't have to be catty. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to pretend like you're holier than thou. Be you. Have fun. This is, as Alyssa Edwards would say, it's just drag. It's not that
It's true.
serious.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Right.
And that's it right there. Like she said all the things.
You really did. I mean, yeah. Do the drag
Like,
you love. There's no rush. There's no rush. The best lesson you can teach yourself is by experience. So enjoy the journey, invest in your drag, clean your drag, take care of your drag.
where is it? Where
Listen
is it?
to critiques. Yeah, I would say like that. Wash your drag. Yeah, always listen to critiques. Not every critique is going to be for you, but there's a lesson in all of them. Um, be willing to listen, apply the things that you like, and leave the other things alone. That's perfectly fine. But yeah, you hit a lot of all of them.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Drag queens can be very catty. The drag world can be very catty. Stay in your lane, keep your blinders on, do the drag you love, and keep moving forward.
be open to critique, but don't be open to someone trying to turn you into them.
Right. Right. It's okay to say to somebody, if you're not in a mindset to take critique, it's okay to say that too. But when you are ready, be a good person and reach out for that critique.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
With that, you'll find a family you never expected.
yeah. We want you
Speaking
to
of
succeed.
family, I wanted to take a moment and just send some love to someone who is very close to all of us. A huge shout out to Whitley Nicole Dier this evening, who sadly lost her mother this evening. So Whitley has been a pillar in our community for many years, and they were there for their mother through everything. So Whitley, if you need anything, we're all here for you. We're thinking of you, and you know this happens, and you've got the support of all of us.
Yeah, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that I brought it down, we're going to bring it back up though.
Take it up a notch.
Tatiana has a fantastic question here. Do you enjoy the smaller bar/club type venues, like a theater where there are more asses in the seats? Depends on the check.
Well, you're not wrong. Um, let's see. I mean, it depends. I like at the Blue Moon, where I saw Tatiana last. It's a very intimate setting. It's a smaller stage, and it's about 50 to 60 people sitting very in close proximity to you. Um, so it's a very intimate experience, and I think I appreciate those moments because I feel like I connect with people more. It also teaches me how to be a better entertainer because
Mhm.
when you are in a close setting like that and you don't have a lot of space to just run around, all eyes on you, boo. So I appreciate the smaller settings because it teaches me how to pace myself and tell a story as an entertainer. But larger venues I love because I can do longer mixes, and I typically make a lot more money. But I appreciate both settings, honestly. So yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, for sure. I think checks aside, I think they each have such a
Yeah,
con.
costumes.
Like when you have a smaller venue, you do get that like
No,
private moment
just
with the
costume
patrons, the
change.
people that come to see you. Like to this day, a lot of the people that I met at the Tally Ho when I did work there for so many years are people that still to this day follow me and want to keep up with my life and stuff like that. And I don't think you can build those kind of connections with people in the bigger venues. But in the bigger venues, on the other hand, you're not forced to be on top of people grabbing dollars and stuff like that. So you actually get to
Thank you.
fully concentrate and polish a number that otherwise might have been interrupted by the dollars, right? Like we love the dollars, but when we have them, we have to kind of stop the plan and just stop and take and stop and take, and that might not be the full performative space that the number requires, right? But if you have a
Right.
full stage, then you just perform the way you intended it and the way you envisioned it creatively. So I think there's a pro and a con to every single space.
True. We used to do a cabaret style show here, and we didn't go into the audience and collect tips. And it was it made you elevate your drag because you were like, oh, I have to rely solely on talent, not about collecting money. And it
Right,
was a
Right.
whole different way of thinking.
right.
Um, and it was a lot of fun, but God, it was a challenge sometimes.
I
But
can
I like
imagine.
that challenge. Like challenges make us better.
Yeah.
Right.
Never be afraid to try something new. Unless it's like skydiving without a parachute. I mean, I would maybe
Yeah,
second guess that one.
I don't
You know,
think I'll be doing that anytime soon.
yeah,
You won't
not
be
it once
comfortable
was enough for me.
Yeah.
Um, ooh, Alize has a really good one here, and I had to get a screenshot for this one. I don't know if you've all seen the post Silky made about prides and booking drag entertainment last. What are your thoughts on this? For anybody at home who does not know about this Facebook post, Silky Nutmeg Ganache posted this today. Drag queens have always been the backbone of pride festivals. Now they are the three L's: last book, least paid, and left for straight artists. Thoughts?
Facts.
Yep.
Yeah. I think genuinely as somebody who now gets to have the privilege of being the person who is driving the car in one of these prides, coming into it, you look at what was left behind, what were the last year's priors, and you say to yourself, okay, what are some of the things that we're going to make better? And the number one thing I said to myself was, we're putting respect back in the artist, because a lot of the times we would do most of the work, but we would be often unheard or unfazed. We would be kind of the last person thought of, and we would be doing the absolute most. And I think it's important to make sure that we pay respect to every single artist. Drag artists do so much that people don't see. Before you get the 4 minutes of satisfaction in stage from us, we have just gone through probably 5 to 7 hours of makeup, hair, corsetry, putting our privates in places we don't wish to speak about, doing so much just to put in that 4 minute mix for those people, and to walk away feeling like you didn't get valued 100% is just something that doesn't sit okay with me. And I think that's one of my core values as a director of entertainment for Lancaster Pride, is putting back the love, the respect, and putting us back in the pedestal that we deserve to be on.
Agreed.
You're hired. You're
We
hired.
will have you at our Pride event, the Inside the Drag Closet Pride event.
The extravaganza.
Exactly. So we don't have a budget and we don't have a dressing room, and you're going to be changing in the hallway,
Yeah.
unless you can get into the bathroom early, but the bathroom's going to be open to the public.
Right. We don't have a sound system, but my brother has a JBL clip.
Great. Sound. We have sound. I'm happy. You got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, Daniel Jackson would like to know, outside of the world of drag, what is your favorite thing you love to do?
Yeah, I think genuinely I love, love, love traveling. I love seeing new places. I'm originally from New York, and then I moved down here. So I have family that lives
Sorry.
that way, and I get to, thank you. So am I. But there is always a desire to see all these places, because traveling fulfills all the other little things that I love. Like Amethyst was saying, I love eating. You get to try different foods in different places that are just made differently. My favorite thing, my algorithm on my FYP on TikTok is probably all these different food places to try at different key locations, because it
Yes.
combines, it comes together, and then you get to see all these beautiful things that you probably never thought in your life that you would get to see, both inside the country and outside the country.
Yeah. Travel for me too.
Hmm.
Travel and food. I love cuisine, any kind of cuisine. And that I think I found that respect just not growing up, but working in restaurants for a good portion of my life, my adult life. Um, yeah, I love good wine. I love good food, international food, anything non-American. I love. Um,
Heavy on
and I
that.
like to travel. I love getting on a plane. I love to travel. Thankfully, I've been blessed to do a good bit of it in the past few years. Um, but yeah, get me on a boat, put me on a cruise, leave me alone. Yes, I'll be at the buffet. Yes, yeah, I love to travel and music. Even just driving somewhere. I mean, I'm always driving somewhere, but when I'm driving somewhere where drag is not involved, I get there a little sooner. So I get there a little sooner and I come home a little later. So yeah, excited
That's
for
valid.
summer.
Yeah.
I
Amusement
agree.
parks. Yeah,
Yeah, travel, food. Um, I just performing is in my soul. Like, even
absolutely.
when I'm not doing drag, I'm still performing. And I couldn't imagine I've always said, like, if something happens and I can no longer be a performer, that's it for me. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, that would be a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I better make it big in the next 20 years.
Alrighty. 5 more questions.
Ooh.
Let's do this. Vicky would like to know, what about those performers who give you a difficult time before you go on stage? How do you cope with that? And do you have a mantra? I don't
I wouldn't
really.
dare. Does that happen?
Yeah, I haven't experienced that in a long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Not in my show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have had a queen in the last couple of years like try to tell me what I should be doing different at a gig. And I was kind of like, well, honey, I'm doing the theme. So
Yeah.
some of us had to.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever been hassled before I went on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they wouldn't be in the building much longer.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
I think there's always a
I was
no
We
tolerance on
don't
this
do that.
behavior. It is one of
Not
yeah.
those
backstage. Backstage is our zen. Don't mess that up.
Mhm.
uh
Backstage is sacred. Like, and we've talked about this before. I get very protective of backstage because it's a place for us to like be comfortable. Plus, we're changing back there. So please don't bring your entourage backstage.
Yeah,
Do
all
not
10
bring
of
your
you.
entourage backstage
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I will become an absolute bitch. Like,
She
she's
will.
seen
I've
it.
seen it. I've seen it. I'm just with popcorn like, this is great.
Right. Oh, I've been an absolute wretched bitch to people. I'm like, "Hi, who are you? Why are you in here? Go away." I had an experience once. Someone brought their entourage to the hotel room. I go into the bathroom. I come out and one of these people has put one of my wigs on. And I'm like, "Take my wig off your head." They're like, "Oh, come on. We're just having fun." I'm like, "Get my wig off and get out of my room. I'm here with such and such. You can't tell me what to do." So I left. I was like, "Bye. I'm out." But yeah, like backstage, we're all doing the same job, so it's very rare to have like another performer be a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that's a thing of the past.
it's tacky.
Yeah,
Mhm,
100%. And I mean, a mantra for that, in honesty, is what goes around comes around.
mhm.
It sure does. Karma's a patient bitch.
Yeah, she is.
That one is too.
I think we were talking about this at work the other day, where there's a balance. If you're a bit of a bitch, but you're also a phenomenal performer, you can get away with some stuff.
You can get away
If
with
you're
some
not the
shit.
best performer, but you have a heart of gold, you can still do the gig. If you're a bitch and you're not a great performer, you're not getting booked anywhere. So being a bitch does not benefit anyone.
Who are
Absolutely.
the names? The names that are filling my mouth.
Oh, oh, oh.
Who are the names?
You'll be able to get those names if you subscribe to our Patreon.
Uh-huh.
I-
That'd be our pay-per-view channel. Oh God. Oh, the
Speaking of
names.
people who is the nicest person on the planet, Pola Frost just popped in.
Oh,
Ah,
hi,
We
Will.
hi,
miss you, Miss
Paula.
Pola.
I
We
love
miss you.
hello,
I
sister.
miss her.
Right?
I'm wearing
Uh,
some of her work this weekend.
nice.
Oh, can we talk
Yeah.
about how great they did on Camp Wanakiki to this day? It,
Exactly.
amazing run. Amazing run on Camp Wanakiki.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Such a
Oh, I
cute
miss her.
premise for a show. I always tell people when they're like, "I want to watch drag, but I've seen all of Drag Race. What else is there? I'm not sure Dragula's for me." I'm like, Camp Wanakiki. If you want to watch some comedy, watch that.
Mhm.
Um,
Paula got some names too. She's like,
Speak them, type them into Facebook them to us.
that's
Um,
right.
Say it, sis.
um, ooh, Trixie DeFlair with one of my favorite questions here. Do you
Trixie.
prefer shows with a theme or none?
Ooh. I prefer the theme
Hmm?
based on my cosplay direction because I can always bring a character into a theme. So it's always
Yeah,
fun for me to get to play with that.
Yeah, Amy.
I appreciate both. Um, I appreciate both because sometimes there are themes in shows that challenge me to rise to that occasion. Things that force me to step out of my comfort zone, force me to do things that I didn't think I could do, and then I do it, and I now have something else in my wheelhouse now because of it. Um, on the opposite end, sometimes I like to just do what I feel like doing. And I think I'm 50-50 on that.
Yeah.
Before it used to be no theme would be what I would pick. But now that I've done a plethora of themes, it honestly helped me build my drag repertoire. So yeah, I like the challenge of a theme.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 50-50. I like both.
And I think themes are also so good to test the boundaries that you'll go. When I first started
Right.
doing drag, if it wasn't for shout out to High Fever, the party here in Lancaster, themed every single month for Saturday of every month here in Lancaster. If it wasn't for those themes, I wouldn't have gotten to introduce my own self to a lot of the things that I love doing with my own drag.
Right.
hmm
Right. Yeah, I think these characters, well, Rogue started with High Fever for their superhero night.
I remember that.
So, and I put this bodysuit on. I said, yes, yes, yes. These are my abs. Yes,
I I love a theme show just because it narrows down the choices. Um,
that too.
like I have hundreds of songs I've performed, and sometimes I'm like, I just don't know. I want to do them all, but I don't want to do any of them. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, a theme, perfect. This works.
It honestly makes it easier to pack
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
because
Yeah.
all of that doesn't go with everything. So if you're
hmm
like, you have to wear all blue, fabulous.
Easy peasy.
Easy.
And nobody
Right.
talks about how hard the packing is.
Ugh.
Ugh,
I have
Mhm.
3 suitcases, depending on how busy I'm going to be.
Same. One of each size.
just take it all. Yeah. Yeah, especially because this weekend I'm doing a Disney theme, but I'm not doing Disney the rest of the weekend. But that stuff still has to come along. I'm like,
Yeah.
so
Uh, Another question from Vicky. What are your favorite snacks, cuisine, and beverages?
yes.
hmm
Uh, I think personally, I'm biased to my own cuisine. I was born in South America. I was born in Colombia, and I think anytime I can get my hands on any of the candy, beverages, and food from my cuisine, I am just so happy. We don't have a lot of it here in Lancaster. When I lived in New York, it was like everywhere,
Yeah.
absolutely everywhere. For any of you guys watching, if you go to New York, do yourself a favor, visit this restaurant. It's called Mama Empanadas. I believe it's a Hell's Kitchen in New York City. Most amazing variety of Colombian made empanadas you will ever find. It's like 30 to 45 of them, and you have everything you can possibly imagine. And they are just to die for.
Yes, I
Nice.
love food.
Mhm.
I love
I love
food.
food, but I'm tricky because I have dumb allergies.
Oh yeah.
I'm allergic to capsaicin, so I can't have anything too spicy.
That is so sad.
It sucks,
That hurts my feelings.
right? Every once in a while, people are like, hey, we're going out for Mexican. I'm like, cool, have fun.
Have
Oh,
fun.
I can't do anything,
Oh, I'd be so upset.
yeah.
right?
I love
Um,
spicy.
there's a new Indian restaurant down here, and I'm just like, that sounds great. Well,
Oh.
I'll get a water. Thanks. We went to
Favorite
a place recently.
snacks.
I went with a couple friends, and it was oh, I forget what it was, but they were grilling green peppers, and I couldn't stay there very long because it looked like I got maced.
Oh.
Right.
Like it was bad.
Uh, I love all food and snacks. I
What's
really
your
do.
favorite? What's your favorite junk food?
God,
Oh.
that's so hard.
Right?
Uh,
Oh.
junk food. I've been pretty healthy since February, but junk food.
Food.
Oh, that's so difficult.
Oh.
Favorite junk food?
If I had to say the best junk food I've ever had in my life was many years ago. I had chocolate covered potato chips,
Oh.
Oh,
and they were amazing.
how about
Dark
Actually,
peanut
chocolate.
butter?
Yeah.
yes, amazing. I would say ever since the trend of like deep frying everything, that's such a
Yes,
guilty pleasure. It's so bad for you, but like air
very
fried
bad.
ice cream and all those things. I went for my 30th birthday, I went to Chicago, Illinois, and they had a very specific restaurant that was aimed towards people who enjoyed the cannabis. and they specifically had everything deep fried. Absolutely everything you can possibly imagine deep fried. And I was like, I am going to order about one of everything, and everything tasted 2 times better because it was deep fried.
Nice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ooh, I've had chocolate covered bacon before.
Ooh, how was that?
You know what's funny? I thought I would like the dark chocolate on it, but I preferred milk chocolate on it. Right? Oh,
God, give that a
my
try.
breastises.
I feel so vulnerable.
Alrighty, we've got 3 more questions in about 15 more minutes. So, Daniel Jackson would like to know if you could be part of the cast for any TV show, movie, or Broadway show, which would it be?
The cast.
Oh.
The cast.
I have 2 answers. Without a doubt, WandaVision.
Mhm.
Put me whatever place. I don't care. I just want to be in that hex.
Nice.
But growing up, I had this one anime that I used to watch that I was just absolutely obsessed with, which is called Cardcaptor Sakura. For any 90s anime kid who would have watched this, it was just the most wholesome little magic girl show you could ever imagine. And it got me through a lot of dark times. So much so, my tattoos are literally made after them. So literally all of this is from that anime. And I have another one up here that literally has a magical circle on it and my name Karma inside of it, because that show has always meant a lot to me. So I would, without a doubt, jump into that universe without any hesitation.
Nice.
Any TV show, movie? It'd probably be a superhero movie for me. I've always wanted to be a superhero. I love playing superheroes.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
could see you. So there's a new Marvel character. I forget when she was created, but she's part of the X-Men lore. She's a drag queen, and her name is Shade. And
Oh,
she summons darkness and like shade with her fan.
Yes.
I think she was originally based on either Shea Coulee or I know Dax exclamation
that's
point has gone
exclamation.
to conventions as her,
Nice. I
but
love
yeah.
that. Okay. Shade. Ooh.
Although I'm wondering because Miss Shea Coulee was cast in Ironheart.
Ironheart.
What does that mean?
It's a Marvel show that's upcoming.
Oh.
The girl from Wakanda Forever, the American, is getting her own series, and Shea Coulee is in it.
Mm-hmm. In an unnamed character at that.
She better not be who I think she's going to be.
Mm.
Who do you think she's going to be?
Me. Storm.
Oh, I doubt it.
Yeah.
I feel like when they reveal who is going to play Storm, it is going to blow up. Like,
It better, or I'm going to blow up.
right? I was hoping we would see her at the end of Wakanda Forever. We didn't. It's not the end of the world. But I've been keeping my finger on the pulse of people who want to play the role. I don't think Cynthia Erivo is the right choice for her.
No, not that now that she did Alphaba, no.
Yeah. Although one of the ones I keep seeing is DeWanda Wise.
Oh.
Well, there's going to
And
be another Black Panther, right?
yes.
A third one. Isn't that? I thought they were going to introduce Storm then.
Well, and I think they're getting a series too.
They were
Oh,
supposed to. I don't know if that's gotten halted since, but it was supposed to be a series based on Okoye, which is one of the royal guards.
I loved Okoye.
Me too.
Like Amethyst, I want to see you. I want to see you as a Dora Milaje.
Yes.
Hello.
We'll get you a bald cap.
Yes.
What?
What? You do not know who the female guards from Wakanda or from Black Panther and
Black
Wakanda
Panther.
Forever?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be a bald head demon. Yes.
That was
You
the best line.
bald-headed
You
demon.
bald-headed demon.
You bald-headed demon. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't answer the
Bless
question.
you.
If I could be the part of a cast for any TV show, movie, or Broadway show, honestly, I want to play Electra in the revival of Starlight Express. I want to
Oh,
be the electric train. But yeah, like Amethyst, I want to be in a superhero movie.
yeah. I want to fly and stuff.
Right? I want to be an average shaped person as a superhero. Like, I don't want to be like muscly and built. I want to look like a normal person who just happens to have powers.
I want to be a glamazon.
Well, of course you do.
I know. I know. I know.
And you
I know.
succeeded.
You nailed the brief.
Right.
Now,
Tatiana would like to know, ever think of putting together an all-out drag queen cruise on a ship?
they're out there.
They do
Mhm.
exist. Yeah, I was gonna say.
They're out there.
Hmm.
I don't know. If they paid me really good money and I had an equal, if not more amount of time off than I did on, like as far as
Yes.
drag is concerned. If I had
Right.
like a show schedule and I still had like a week and a half to myself, sure. A
Right.
month, whatever. I
Yeah,
would love to do it.
the contract would have to be
Real
ironclad.
specific.
Very, yeah. Like there would need to
Real
be
specific.
lawyers involved.
Because cruises
Yeah.
are so much fun. I'll be like, I don't want to do this. I want to go get in the hot tub. Like, but
I've
yeah, if
never
it was
been
like
on a cruise.
oh, go. Everybody needs to get on a boat. Just go.
I need to
It's the
figure
best thing
that
in the
out.
whole wide world.
Yeah, they're
Do
Do
lovely.
it. Do
Get
it.
it, yeah. And we have one last question, everybody. From the beautiful and talented Trixie DeFlair.
Huh?
What do you do when you know you have to work with someone that you've had problems with in the past? I show up and do the gig.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think genuinely, I think we've all, after so many years of doing it, we've all encountered people we just might not see eye to eye. But do we really ever want to become the person that makes a huge deal out of it, right? Like, do we have to be the scene maker? No, we just show up. They are a person, I am a person, and
Yeah.
we just need to be together for a couple of hours. It's not like I am inviting you to come to my wedding. It's not like I'm inviting you on a cruise. It's not like I'm inviting you to be full part of my life. We are just working together. It's like any other professional endeavor. We might
Yep.
see people we just don't love, and it's just the name of the game.
Yep.
Yeah. You just do what you're there to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let anybody get in the way of your paycheck.
Exactly. Show up,
Uh-uh.
and if there's problems, just be better than them.
Be polite and professional, and that's all you gotta do.
Yep.
Right.
Karma, what is one question you've always wanted to ask Amethyst?
What?
How do you stay so beautiful after so many years of doing this? What's this?
A lot of wine. I'm very well preserved. No, I'm not. I'm falling to pieces. I don't know. It's just growth. It's just growth and practice and consistency, I guess.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid to evolve as drag evolves. Don't be afraid to try new things.
Yeah.
Stay relevant, stay humble.
Humble.
Definitely stay humble. That will take you far.
Absolutely.
Say thank you. Yeah.
I like that. Karma, what is one question you've always had for me?
For you specifically, I have one in mind right away. I have watched you years after years, and I've always looked up to you and everything that you do. You are such a busy bee. How do you honestly, like, I think of like the last 3 months that I experienced a lot of stress and I went through all of my health issues. And there was dark periods of time where I was just like, maybe I just overbooked myself. Maybe I just did too much. Here I am paying the consequences. How do you maintain a nice, healthy relationship with how busy you are in your own self?
Somebody asked Dolly Parton this same question a while ago, and her response was, "I'm on drugs." But no, I always focus on what I love doing. Um, I've never been that type of person who's going to be like, I'm just going to do like the regular 9 to 5 job that I hate, and then, you know, do the job I love on the side. I want to love my entire life. I don't want to, I may not be the most wealthy person in the planet, but I am happy. And it took me a while to get back there recently, but I am happy again. And nobody's going to dull my shine. Um, that I'm about to leave for New Jersey for a couple weeks and, again, do my other passion, which is directing. Yes, I'm doing my own show there, but I love just creating a story for people and letting them forget about things for a while. That's
Right.
my job. Like, that's my purpose for being. The New Jersey Ren Fair, we very much focus on just joy and letting people forget outside the gates for a little while. They come to us at a crossroads in their life, and that's our plot, but that's also our reason, our raison d'etre. Um, that's just what we do, and that's part of being a performer.
Right. I love that.
And sometimes it takes it out of me, but you know, that's part of the thing. There are days I don't want to put this shit on, but I do it. And once I'm in it, I I can't stop staring at myself very closely into the It's true. It's true. Like even right now, I'm just kind of like, I love my look right now. I'm kind of digging this crazy ass hair on my head.
I love it.
But yeah. And there is one last question that just popped in, and we've got 4 minutes for this. But AJ Lee would like to know if you could redo a look from when you first started drag, now what look or mix would you do and why?
Well, first and foremost, that's my lovely husband, my baby. So I know the answer right away. As I mentioned before, I got my creative start with going to High Fever a lot of the times and trying my best at meeting the briefing that they would give. Once upon a time, there was a High Fever that was alien themed. And I wanted to be super creative and try my best. So I went for like a Medusa style kind of look. I had this like green bodysuit that I had purchased that had a long train. So I was like, I'll make this work. I wanted to take it to the next level and try my hand at SFX. So I got this headpiece that was a plastic headpiece that had snakes coming out of it. So I got it and I literally put down SFX all throughout it and created this like texture on my face, yellow lips, long nails. And I wanted to just really look kind of like if Karma Sutra was Queen of the Damned, like if I was Aaliyah herself. And I was maybe a year and a half into drag, so clearly Aaliyah, I was not. So I look back into it and I love the concept and everything that came with it, that I would love to just sit back down and kind of like put a newer twist to what I did with that look.
Nice.
Dust yourself off and try again, huh?
Absolutely.
How about you, Amethyst?
A look from when I first started drag, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I didn't get into too many character things until later or more recently in my career. But again, I'm going to have to go back to Storm. Making that come to life was a dream come true. It really, really was. I will be doing it again. I will be making it even better. Yeah, there's lots of characters that I've been doing that I just slowly, increasingly make better. But yeah, I didn't do a lot of character stuff back in the beginning, and not that I can think of or pinpoint. But I would love to do a Kasha, obviously from Queen of the Dam. That would be fabulous. I don't have that body, so I'm gonna have to dust myself off and try again too. I think. But yeah, it would have to be Storm. Yeah, any of the Storm looks.
Nice.
Because I'm going to get different styles of hair and everything. I'm eventually going to do her black outfit.
Yeah.
So, yes.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
if
been
someone
thinking
contacts
about this question.
you, you might have a room to do it.
Right.
Right. Right.
I was thinking about this question. A lot of the numbers I did at the beginning of my career, I've done again, but I wouldn't take back any of the looks because they turned me into who I am now.
Right.
That
And
too.
I'm pretty happy with where I've ended up in this fun journey.
Yeah.
Speaking of journey, unfortunately, our road together this evening has come to a close.
What?
But I know it's 10 o'clock already,
Oh
Think
my
so.
God.
right? But I want to give us all a chance to say goodnight to everybody who is watching this evening, starting with Amethyst Diamond.
Well, thank you, sister. I love you so much. Thank you for being on this crazy ride with me.
I
We
love
have
you guys.
one episode left until we close out season 5, and we get ready to for Summer Madness to begin. To all of you out there watching, thank you for keeping us alive. Thank you for loving us and what we do. Thank you, of course, to our Patreon subscribers as well. And check our Facebook, check our social medias. Our schedules are out there. Reach out to us and say hello. All right, check in on each other and your friends and your loved ones, and I'll see you soon. My sister, Karma Sutra, thank you so much for finally making it on Inside the Drag Closet. Our friendship has been a number of years, and I know it's going to continue to grow and thrive. Thank you for all of the opportunities that you afford me and trust me with. I look forward to so many upcoming events. You have booked me for things that I never thought I would be a part of. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so very much. We will see you in 2 weeks for our finale. Keep your eyes peeled. Find us. We'll be on the road. Beep, beep. I love you. Bye.
Karma, anything to add to that?
Well, first and foremost, thank you to the both of you. I have been a solid fan of this podcast for a very long time. I am a frequent flyer on the comments. I love watching as much as I possibly can. So the moment I got the invitation, I geeked out and I was like, there is
She
no
did.
way I am missing this
She
opportunity.
did.
And to be able to do it with two people that I have admired so much for so many years, you guys have taught me so much. And, you know, this year I'm celebrating 9 years of doing drag. And in all those 9 years, I have been blessed to have both of you guys as mentors, as people who I can go to, as sisters, and as people who just genuinely inspire me to be a better person, to be the best version of myself. And I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Aw. It was an absolute joy to have you here tonight, Karma. Like, I always love connecting with you because it's always you're one of those just genuinely nice people that
Yeah.
is such a joy to be around, and I can't sing your praises enough.
Thank you.
And Amethyst was also here. And no, tonight was an absolute joy. I love episodes like this because it's all about building each other up and having a good time. And, you know, we're gonna be taking a break from Inside the Drag Closet in a little bit, but we do have
God.
one more episode in 2 weeks. It is going to be our Schools Out for Summer
Nice.
episode. I love that look. But we
Cute.
will be back in 2 weeks to bid a bit of a farewell for a little bit, but keep your eyes open. We have something special planned in June. So
Yes.
you might be catching us at a very interesting time because we might be debuting something brand new that week, and
Oh,
new
yeah.
but familiar.
Familiar, old, but new.
Reunited, and it feels
Like
so
her.
good.
I'll be
It's me, yeah, the old.
Old yet new.
It's parts of me. Yeah, give it time.
Patterned in blue. No, that's not it.
Rude. Absolutely rude. Everybody, thank you all for tuning in tonight. I hope you all stay safe, and we will see you in just a couple weeks. Good night.
Thank you for joining us on Inside the Drag Closet.